Hey my girly pops, what's poppin'? It's Maya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back and I'm so excited for the second episode of the Girl Talk series. If you are brand new to this series or brand new to my channel, what is up? My name is Maya and I post lifestyle videos here on YouTube. Girl Talk series is a really chill and laid back series that I do here on YouTube now. And it's basically every single episode I have a certain topic and we address it and we chit chat and you guys give advice. I have like a Google form that's pulled up and then you guys also give me your questions about the certain topic for each episode and I give you guys advice on that. But it's really chill, really laid back, and it was really enjoyable. In the premiere for my first episode, you guys really enjoyed it and we chatted and it was a very fun 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try and make this episode long like that one as well. Today's topic is on friendships. You guys really wanted me to do this topic, so I'm here doing it now. So let's get into it. Before we do, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment literally anything down below, share this video with your friends and family, and now let's actually get into it. I say let's get into it, but we have a few topics to cover and little segments that we always do before we get into the episode. And the first one is my favorites. I actually only have one item for this episode that I've literally been obsessed with, and it's claw clips. I know, not brand new, it's not a new thing, but I've absolutely been in love with them recently. A little bit ago, I got a little pack of these from Amazon, these pretty big clips. I think it came like a 12 pack as I dropped it, with quite a few different colors, and I used them. It was nice, but the thing is my hair isn't the longest, so my hair just like stuck up straight. It wasn't really a vibe, so I haven't been using them recently. But now I found out if I do it really like lower on my head, then my hair can come like flip over the back, and it's just really cute, and I've really been loving it. And for the quote of the day, or the quote of the episode, we have, "She believed she could, so she did." I think that is such a great quote, because if you believe in yourself, literally anything is possible. If you believe you can achieve your goals, you're going to achieve your goals. So definitely believe in yourself. And the last segment is actually, I can't even think of it. It is highs and lows. Basically, I tell you guys the high of my week and also the low of the week, but I usually start off with the low, so then we bring it back up with the high, if you know the vibe. So my low this week, it's always hard to like find the negatives. My low this week will probably be all the tests that I had. I had 2 state exams and they were back to back. I had one today, one the day before, and it was not enjoyable. I don't like sitting there and taking a test. It's not what I love spending my time doing. My high this week, no, I just really love office aid. That is basically for a whole period of the school day, I just get to run things around to different people in the school. I check kids out. I have the last period of the day, so it's really great because everyone's getting picked up. I help teachers. It's really enjoyable, and getting to hang out with my friends for that period, I really love it. So I think that would be my high this week. Now that brings us into the episode. So this episode is all about friendships, and I think as teens and tweens, we all relate to the fact that we've all had a toxic friendship. Basically, let's check Google to see what a toxic friend is. Okay, so it's not exactly gonna tell me what a toxic friendship is, but it says when it occurs. So let me read it to you guys. Toxic friendships happen when one person is being emotionally harmed or used by another, making the relationship more of a burden than support. I think that's totally true. It's basically when you guys are friends, everything was going well, and then it's not. Basically, they're either being mean to you, not including you, bullying you, they might be using you for something. There's so many different things that could occur, but I think we've all experienced it, and it can, like I said, happen in so many different ways. But I think we all want to be included and felt good and uplifted by our friends. But I think my best advice is to, if there's a toxic friendship and you've identified it, you need to cut them off, baby girl, because toxic friendships are not good. They're just going to keep on making you more and more sad, and the more you give into that person, the more they're going to use you and make you feel bad, and you don't want to feel bad. Obviously, you want to feel good, so cut them off and find new friends. I don't have a whole lot to say. I feel like I need to hear it base by base, and then or case by case, and sort of see what you guys have to say. If you guys didn't know, I post Google Forms on my community tab. You guys can type in and give advice on whatever topic the episode is about, and you guys can also give what you guys need advice on, so kind of your issues with the topic. So I think that's going to be the bulk of this episode, is basically going to be helping you guys out. So let's get on into it. Okay, so we have Girl Talk series episode 2, 31 responses. Let's go. Starting off with the first one. Hey Maya, how has your day been? My day has been pretty good today. I really enjoyed it, other than the state testing, but it's really good. I had office dating today, so I loved it. I had a question about toxic friends. How do you tell if one of your friends is toxic? Okay, so a good friend is someone that treats you with dignity and respect. That's how they should treat you, and then that's how you should treat other people. If you're not being treated like that, the person is a toxic friend. Simple like that. And when you know that you're not being treated with dignity and respect, if you feel bad when you're around the person, basically. If you are feeling good, you're walking to school that morning, and then this person comes up to you, and your emotion changes, that's a toxic friendship. Okay, so the next question is how to feel more comfortable around your friends. For example, I tend to feel weird and just stuck up. I would say just trying to be yourself and not really caring what anyone else has to say. Like, if you've been like really closed off and not really your full, beautiful and true self around people, just try it one day. Go out, be bold, and do something different than you have been doing. See their reaction. If they're just like go girl girl, then you know they are true friends, they are being real and raw, and they are not toxic, which is what we want. We want not toxic people. This one is a 5-paragraph essay, so let's get to reading. I'm really shy, but I knew quite a bit of people in my elementary school, but when COVID hit, we went online and I started middle school, and obviously I had no friends. Most people went back to school, in-person school, while I was still online. So when I finally went back to school with all these new people in my school, it was kind of frustrating. I feel as if girls my age are better and don't want to be friends with me. I have one really close friend who's great, and don't get me wrong, but I can't bring myself to make any other friends. I don't know if this is really complicated. Anyways, sorry for my rant. I get you, girly, because when COVID hit, I was in 5th grade, and then we went online and we never came back. Then I didn't go to my upline school. I left after elementary school because a lot of people were toxic there, and the vibes weren't there, so I moved to a different middle school. So whole new group of people. I wasn't even with the same people from elementary school, and I was online for the first quarter of the school year. And then when I came to middle school, I was really nervous, just like you, because I literally knew no one at the school, and I found my closest friend. I found Malia. I have so many vlogs with Malia, so you should totally check them out. But back to what you were saying, I have her, and then I have other friends, but we're not on the same level. And I think you should totally watch my middle school advice video, because I talk about friendships in that. Finding common interests with people. So if you are in a sport, just try talking to your friends about the sport, or if you want to have all you guys want to hang out, or if you're in a club, same thing. If you and this one person in your math class are really good at math and you guys clearly really enjoy it, you guys could start talking about that. And when you find a common interest with someone, it's so much easier to become friends with them. Basically, me and Malia were in band for 6th grade, and we sat right next to each other about that, and then we just grew into something else. And I think we always have that one closest friend, but then trying to find those other mutuals. Hopefully my advice helped. So the next one says, hey Maya, hey sister girl, I used to have all these friends, and somehow from the transition to from elementary to middle school has changed people. I don't understand how you can be friends with someone 1 minute and then leave them the next, but I have my close friends that I cut from elementary school and the new ones. I don't understand it either, because why do people change so much in just a period of time, just especially from the transition from elementary to middle school, but just in general. Like, one day somebody will be your best friend, and then the next day they will be hating on you and making you feel bad. And I think if they're being like that, they weren't meant for you, because I am a firm believer in the fact that everything happens for a reason. Maybe you weren't meant to be friends with them, or you were meant to be friends with them for a period of time, but you weren't meant to stay with them, you know? Like, some seashells wash up on the seashore and you have a period of time where they're there, and some of them go back into the ocean. And I think that might be what happens. Is some friends, you're meant to see them for a period of time and have fun with them, but then they're just meant to go off and go somewhere else, and that means that they weren't the friend for you, because if they were an ultimate bestie, if they were a keeper, they would have stayed. The next response: how do I keep friends? I have really bad anxiety, and sometimes I just don't feel like talking at school, but I want to have some friends. But sometimes I get these thoughts in my head, like, am I talking too much, or am I being too loud or annoying? And that just makes me want to be quiet. So how do I make friends but also make boundaries at the same time? True friends are going to accept you the way that you are. I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself. And friends that you've made will stick around if they are really here for you and really love you and accept you for who you are. So don't worry about being too loud and out there, because maybe that's what people love about you. Don't get quiet and onto your own little zone, because these people truly love you for who you are. Juice break, guys. Get your juice, guys. Cheers. And she's back. So I was reading through that last person's response, and I see that they also asked for have to make boundaries. Like with friends, you kind of just have to be yourself. Feel like maybe hanging out with people a certain amount of times per week, and not like, you don't need to spend all your time with your best friend. You guys are going to have to take some time apart and not be with each other all the time. Like, I'm with Malia all the time at school. I'm with her on the weekend sometimes. We go traveling together, but we need a little bit of space. So knowing that you don't need to hang out with your friends all the time, you are your own person other than the person that you are. So basically, I have this girl who I'm not really friends with anymore, because she basically called me fake, and if I try to hang out with her or one of her friends that we're both friends with, she basically gives me the evil eyes, and I don't know what to do. If I make TikToks with our friends, she literally is going to ignore me and stuff, and she'll be really weird about it and stuff. That's what you're talking about, and how the one girl will get mad if I'm around my friend still, and it's like, how are you going to get mad at me for hanging out with my friend? But I think you just have to hang out with them anyways, because if they bring joy and happy and light into your life, still be friends with them. Like, don't worry about what the other person has to say. Like, I feel like I'm going to say this in every single episode. We don't care what other people have to say. We do our own thing and we live our own lives. The next question is how to not get into a toxic friendship from your experience. Okay, so I feel like toxic friendships, they kind of come out of nowhere. Like, we don't expect it. We're like, where did you come from? Who did this other side of you come from? Like, I don't remember you. So I feel like it's kind of hard to avoid it. You kind of just deal with it when it comes. The only reason you'll be able to avoid a toxic friendship is if you see this person already being mean to others and already being toxic to others and just like breaking off from other people. Don't all of a sudden become friends with them, because we want to be friends with people. We want to have relationships. We're humans. We love interacting with other humans. But if that human is being mean to other humans, why would I as a human want to be friends with the human that's being mean? It doesn't really make sense. So that's the only time, is if you see this bully, don't become friends with the bully. Me and my best friend don't go to the same school anymore, so I've struggled making new friends. It is really hard sometimes because people think that I'm ugly. You are not ugly, girlie. You are beautiful just the way you are. One thing is that when I try to go up and talk to someone, I don't know what happens and my words just get all jumbled, and that's why I don't know what's going on. I just don't communicate with them correctly. When I was younger, I really struggled with my words. I was not able to pronounce things correctly. I struggled forming sentences. I had to take speech therapy, and it was really hard for me to communicate with other people correctly in the way that they understood it as well. Form sentences now, everything works properly now, but I still have my moments where things just get all jumbled up. You guys probably even know on video as well, when I'll try to say something, it doesn't come out right, so like I'll re-say it as well. Do you eventually find a friend that accepts you? They don't really care about the flaws. Like, we all have flaws. We're all humans. We're not perfect. So you are amazing, and I totally understand you. Oh, I didn't know that this response went on. We have another 2 paragraphs to read. So the next one after what I just answered was, and the one thing about fake friend is I don't know the red flags, which is really, really, really bad, and I want to be friends with everyone. That's the thing. I don't know why, and I don't know what red flags are. Red flags. Let's get into it. Basically, is anything bad that you see is happening. A, if they're bullying someone else, they're being nice to you, but they're bullying someone else, like, that makes no sense. Don't be friends with them. Or 2, if they're now bullying you, if it has come to now your level, you didn't care that they're being mean to person A, but now they're being mean to you, you need to cut them off, sister girl. If they're making you feel bad about yourself, they're making you do things that you don't want to do anymore, or just things that you don't want to do. If they tell you, like, jump off a cliff, why would you do it for them? Like, they're not a good friend. If they are using you, if they only use you for the answers to the math test. They don't actually, you guys never hang out, you guys never sit at lunch together. They're like, hey, what's the answer? And you think that you're friends, but that person doesn't really think of you as that way. They're a toxic friend. There's so many red flags that I could go on for, but if someone is not a kind and amazing human being, they're not the person for you, and that is a red flag. So we have one final paragraph to read until we get onto the next response. Thing about a really strong relationship that made me, and there's a typo, but they went to martial arts together, and we literally were best friends, and he would talk to me and make me laugh all the time, and then I moved. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm struggling making friends, is because I kind of miss him and don't want him to be replaced. This happened, people change. If you've watched Grey's Anatomy, quite a few things will happen to split a good group up. A, people will leave the job. B, people will move away. C, people will pass away. And then you're just left there like Meredith Grey. You have to let the new people come on in to the workplace and make it all different. But it's going to be okay, and you're going to find new friendships, and you're not even going to remember the other people, or you're going to remember them. You're going to remember your friends that moved, to miss your husband that is now not with us anymore. But now you have new friendships now and new people at the workplace, and you're trying to start a romantic relationship with someone else, and you're not replacing them. You just have to move on. Now we're on to some advice. So listen up, you guys. Stay tuned. Keep on watching this video. Advice for anyone who has a fake friend is, as soon as you start seeing them being fake, immediately cut them off. You don't have to do it immediately, you don't want to, but find a way to tell them that you think that they're fake and that they just need to stop, and if they don't stop, immediately cut them off, give them any mercy. Be a true friend and stand up for them. If somebody else is talking bad about someone behind their back, don't let anybody say anything rude to your friend, and just sit there. Do something about it. Yes, see something, say something, do something, everything. Think about it, whether you're standing up for them or you're helping them pick up the pieces that somebody crashed down. And you are a true friend. You know that your friend can depend on you, and your friend doesn't, and they have someone to be with. Hopefully you guys understood what I was reading, because it was really long and I started stumbling around my words. But I think that advice was really great. You helped us with toxic friends and what to do. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to cut them off, and you can do it slow or you can do it fast. And to be a good friend, you have to be reliable. You have to always help people out when they're struggling and be the backbone for when things may or may not fall apart. Thank you so much for that. One of my school friends is in a different country, and we talked a lot on Snapchat this summer, and out of nowhere she unadded me on Snapchat. Her birthday at school, she wasn't there, so I texted one of my other school friends to ask where she was, the one that moved to a different country. My other school friend said that she moved, and I even emailed her and sent her a message on Pinterest and Snapchat, and no answer. I missed her so much, but I can text her on Roblox. Wow. Clearly they aren't the friend for you, because if they're just ghosting you and completely removing you from all platforms, they're not the friend for you. I have to have an actual friend group, because I have a lot of friends that aren't friends with each other. By the way, I love your videos, and I'm proud to say I'm your 39th subby. Wow. It's been a long way from there. We're getting close to 3K, you guys. But thank you so much for subscribing and being my 39th subscriber. But you right now, you can subscribe right now and I'll be happy. I don't care what number you subscribe at. I just think 39 is a pretty cool number. I don't think having a big friend group and having a friend group in general is the most important thing. In my opinion, it's those individual relationships that you have with your friends. But if you really want a group, you could find a group that's already friends, and you could merge in, or you could forge the new path and find a whole new crowd and bring them all into a friend group. But I don't think it's the biggest thing, and honestly it's not my biggest concern. But if that's what you want, then that's what you want, and go for it, girl. I really need advice on how to be a better friend and how to ditch toxic friends. By the way, I love your videos, and I hope you get to 3K soon. Yes guys, 3K. Here we come, monetization, here we come, we got this. Giving you advice to be a better friend, I think it's being the backbone. A true friend is someone that is there for the highs and the lows. I'm always going to be there for Malia, for all the highs in her life and everything good that is coming her way, but I'm also going to be there for the lows. If something unfortunate happens or just anything bad that happens, I'm also going to be there as well to help her pick up the pieces and to help her with anything that she needs. And I think that's the biggest thing, is I want to have a friend that's like that, and I want to be a friend like that to other people. Talked about toxic friends, you kind of sort of just have to cut them off. So the next one, a big red flag is when you have an opinion and your friend says you don't. Advice is to stand up for yourself at the beginning of a friendship, and if they don't respect you, they're not your friend. Period. Girly, we can cut the cameras right now. The video doesn't even need to go on anymore, because that was amazing. Thank you so much for that. Because I don't like it when I say something and then other people are like, no, or they just don't even say anything back. Like, they literally don't care what I have to say. It's not meaning what I was saying earlier, where I was like, be yourself, don't care what anyone else has to say. No, it's like, if we're working on a project or we're doing something, or someone literally asks me what I think about a topic, and then I say something and they don't even care, that's not a friend. So, and it's great because they put friend in air quotes when it says and your friend, so they're not a friend. And yes, stand up for yourself, do your own thing, and do what you got to do. I want tips from getting ghosted from a friend. I met a girl and we were best friends, and out of nowhere she started ghosting me. I felt worthless. You are not worthless. You are so valued, or so amazing, and you are so loved by me and by so many other people. Tips on getting ghosted is, if you got ghosted, they're not the friend for you, and it might be a second, and you might take a minute to get over it, but once you do, move on. You don't need to keep on caring about this person, because they clearly don't care about you. You're not worthless. Like I said, you are so loved and so valued and appreciated, and if you didn't come to school one day, I bet someone is gonna have something to say, and they're gonna be like, where is how do I distance myself from people that treat me poorly? It feels like I can't get away from them because I have so many classes with them and my assigned seat is right next to them. Any tips to make better friendships / cut them off? Distancing yourself is so hard when you're assigned seats with them. Email your teacher, talk to them. Some teachers don't even care where kids sit, so if you have any teachers like that, just move seats, move somewhere else, ask someone else if they want to sit next to that person, or if there's an empty chair, go sit in that empty chair. This thing would be just asking for a new seating chart. But if that doesn't work, you don't have to talk to them. No one is forcing you to. It's kind of challenging and kind of hard, but no one's making you talk to them. So don't talk to them. And making better friendships is just talking to new people, meeting new people, and seeing if they're going to be a good friend for you. Okay, so this one says, I have an advice and a question. Okay, girly, I see you. Friendships are not always going to stay the same, sadly. As we grow, our interests change, and so do our friends. Yes. It honestly doesn't matter about how many friends you have or who your friends are, as long as they don't make you feel bad as you are. I know so many people say leave your friend group as if it was easy to do it, but it really benefits you. It was so hard for me, and it's quite difficult with me making friends, but I'm always with the same people. Things my friends at that time were doing were so bad, so I decided to leave. So they left because things were bad. First, it was hard, but soon people slowly come into your life, and you honestly don't need a friend. You just need good people in your life, and you'll feel so much better. Yes, I loved everything you said. Now here's my question. As I left the friend group, they started talking bad about me. I do my best to ignore it, but it feels like it's not possible. I feel like everything they do and say is just about me, and I know it's not, but when I was friends with them, they used to talk bad about people so much. Any advice to feel better about myself? I'm sorry I'm writing so much. I love your channel. My episode 1 was amazing. Thank you. Okay, so let's decipher and let's help you out. So if people are talking bad about you, you can do one of a few things. Talk to an adult. Number 2, talk to the people themselves. Message one of them, talk to them in person, and just tell them, hey yo, this is not okay. How to be the mom of the group. Basically, you have to care about everyone else. You have to not just be friends with one of the people in the friend group. You have to be friends with all the people in the friend group, and you have to care and look after them and bring all the snacks, and then you'll be the mom of the friend group and achieve your life's dreams and goals and aspirations. How to make friends at a new school. I have a middle school advice video, and it will help you out so much with friendships. I've noticed my friends have been distant with me. The table is always full. I feel ignored, etc. I feel lonely, and I don't even know where to sit at lunch. And yes, I've asked what's wrong, but they say nothing. Any advice? Clearly, something is wrong. They clearly don't care about you anymore, and have to move on. You have to find new friends. You have to forge your own path with some new people, sit with a new group, find some new girlies, and you're going to be golden. Any advice for who's a friend and who's not? If you feel bad, they're not a friend, and if you feel good, they're a friend. The people were asking a lot about toxic friendships for a lot of the next of these, so I'm gonna skip some of these because they're all asking the same question. But someone gave advice, so here's some advice from somebody that I don't know, because this is completely anonymous. How to repair friendships. If there's something off, always talk about it. Instead of trying to keep it to yourself, you have to open up about it. You need to tell your friend or friends how do you feel about the situation instead of keeping it quiet and to yourself. Make sure to be respectful and keep it mature, because if you're not respectful, they might think you're trying to be mean. Yes, speak up. If you don't feel good, say something. Don't just bottle up and not feel good. Just tell the people, because maybe they didn't know it was making you feel bad. I am 13 and last year I started secondary school not knowing anyone. I'm a very shy person and find it difficult to talk to people and make new friends. Please share any advice you have. Love you. Thank you so much for talking. Literally, you can start off with saying hey to someone. Maybe they'll ask you how your day is. You can say that it's good and then ask them a question and just kind of get the conversation started. And if it's feeling natural, just keep on bouncing off, and maybe they might ask you for your phone number. You ask them, and then you have a friend. Okay, that was a whole lot. That was 31 responses, all for the Girls Talk series episode 2. I had so much fun reading these responses, chit-chatting with you guys, and I really had an amazing time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a big thumbs up. The secret emoji for this video is going to be the little Hawaiian flower emoji. I can't really think of what the name of the flower is off the top of my head, but that's the emoji because I think it's a pretty cute flower. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time for another Girl Talk episode, and next episode in the series. Definitely let me know what episodes you guys want me to do in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon with another video. I love you guys so much. Bye.